Mohsin, do me a
Hi
favour.
everyone. Hi everyone. This is
Try
Norman
not to
Kochnick.
laugh.
Hi, this is Norman Kochnick here for Eyes on Cricket yet again. We're coming very well. Another couple of episodes will be at 400 live videos, which is amazing. We're here today to talk about the qualifier one in the IPL of 2022. Gujarat Titans have finished top of the table. The Rajasthan Royals that have finished second. So the qualifier one goes straight through to the final. It's going to be an amazing match. It's in Kolkata. It's not in either Pune or Mumbai, so it's a new deck as far as the IPL is concerned for this season. We're expecting to see quite a challenge between, obviously, the Gujarat with Hardik Pandya and his team versus a rather informed Rajasthan Royals with Sanju Samson, of course, Josh Butler, and even Trent Bolt. And we're going to have some left-arm bowlers. Mentioning left-arm bowlers, we've got one up to my right, I guess, on the screen there. Alan Mullally, say hello.
Hello, how are you?
It's good. Alan's obviously former England left-arm bowler, so he can talk with great authority at Trent Bolt and Prustity. I think he's a left-arm bowler, isn't he? So we also have my so-called left, Mohsin Sheikh, who just beeped at me, did you know? Mohsin Sheikh, who was learned about many things, including Pakistan cricket, which actually we'll talk about it more later. The women's team beat Sri Lanka just now. Nita Dar is a good friend of mine, scored a good 36 odd runs, and they smashed Sri Lanka again. The women's Sri Lankan team relied too heavily on Atapatu, which I've talked to Hashan Tilakaratne about that many times. So, yes, we are all three here. We might be joined by perhaps David Gravely, he's considering coming as well. And
oh, my Lord, no.
Not Lord.
He dropped me when I was number one.
Oh, look, Alan. Okay, right. Well, I might drop you in a minute. So
I'm joking.
I know that. So Bahram Irani might be here as well. So we've got comments. What's this comments? Oh yes, we got Assad. Hi, brother. Hi, Assad. All right, so qualifier one. Now I'm very excited because this is Gujarat's first hit out as this team. They've gone straight to the top of the Ridham and Saha is a bit of a revelation. I didn't expect him to be that well. Got an Eyes on Cricket there, which I haven't given to you yet, Moses. I've got to get to that. I've been busy with the election here in Australia. I've been involved quite heavily, as a matter of fact. So, all right, let's start with this game. We've got Gujarat versus Rajasthan. Will the toss matter, Moses?
I think the first half of tournament we've seen toss has been very critical. As you can see from the results, the toss has been the winning toss. Teams have decided to go with the chase. They've been very successful in that. In terms of this venue, I think toss might matter because teams are strong enough. They've got very balanced bowling attack, and if you see the top teams that have qualified, their bowling attack have been very, very successful. Not so much saying that their batting hasn't been successful, but if you see Rajasthan Royals, where my heart lies, and I've been part of the last time Rajasthan Royals won the Premiership, that was the first year with Shane Warne and Darren Barry. Balance of the team has been heavier in the bowling, winning the teams, winning the matches. So I think bowling first or second would not matter on this pitch, in my opinion. Obviously, team bowling first would like to restrict the opposition below par, which is, I think 160 is probably par score on that one. If you look at the history on that ground, so if the team's scoring less than 160, I think you back the other team to win the game. But the positive thing about this match is that the teams will get another dip.
Okay, so Mohammad Shami, of course, is there with Rashid Khan, Lockie Ferguson. It's quite a strong bowling lineup there, and Hardik Pandya himself. Whether he bowls, we'll see. I'm thinking that he will bowl more in the semis and final, qualifiers and final. Rajasthan Royals now. Josh Butler, if I'm being honest with you, he's been out of form the last few games. He hasn't lost his way a little bit, hasn't he?
Maybe come off the man, come off the hour.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point, Alan.
Hey, Norman, can you ask me a question? Who is my favourite cricketer in the world at the moment?
At the moment.
Yeah, and I think he is incredible. He's Indian, and he's right-handed.
Oh well, that's going to cut it. I'm getting Virat Kohli.
No, please. And he bowls.
Hardik
He
Pandya.
walks up, he jogs up, and he swings the arm over and bowls sharp.
Right. Who's that? Hardik Pandya? No.
No, Pandya
Which
is
one?
more all.
Who?
I'm trying to think of his name. And he's
Well,
from.
if you can't think of it, how are we supposed to know his name?
Oh, okay, he's Indian, and he bowls right out, and he bowls rapid, and he kind of
Well,
jogs.
that's about 500 million people in India. I mean,
There's
look,
only
it's
about 3 or 4 bowlers that play for India.
Are you talking
right
about
arm.
the guy who's clocking over 150?
Which one?
Malik, the new young.
No. Oh God, what's his name? He
But he can't
kind of like
bat,
walks. He walks and then jogs and goes whack 94 miles.
Bumrah.
Ah, Bumrah. I think
There you
he's amazing. I watch him go, Alan, you spent 18 years as a professional. Why couldn't you do that? I think he's incredible.
You need this elastic band of an arm. He's
Him and
played,
Wes Macram just jogging.
but he played for Mumbai Indians, so they were stone motherless last, so they're not going to even feature. You understand?
Yeah, but I think I don't care. I think he's brilliant.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. He's good cricketer.
I think him and my favourite cricketers, him, Viv, Wes Macram, and Malcolm Marshall.
There you go. Well, none of those blokes are playing in this game, so okay.
No, they're not, but they're still very good. just put that one out there for you.
See, Mosen, you knew Andrew Simons, didn't you? So did Alan.
Yeah, I worked with Andrew at Queensland Cricket. And it's very sad to see him go that early. Where we've lost Warney in recent past, Marsh,
Dean Jones.
It's been
Rod Marsh.
Absolutely, it's been very sad.
And a fellow who played, I think he played about 2 games, maybe 1 or 2 Test matches for England, and he played for Kent, and his name's Alan Eggleston.
Yeah, I heard.
And he had a benign brain tumour, but I guess they finally got him.
Yeah.
Baram Irani's joined us. Hello, Baram.
Hi, Norman. Hi, Mohsin. Hi, Alan. How are you guys?
We're on fire, man. Batten down the hatches. Well, we are here because it's been hosing down.
Well, Asad Mirza, that's a very Pakistani name, isn't it? Great show, full of joy. Josh Butler's going to be hot today. Well, look, Norman,
we are finally into the finals.
Finally,
I know, after 70 bloody matches. Oh, Jesus, it was a long
moment. But you know what I'm really happy about is Rajasthan Royals doing really well this year. Since 2008, when I was part of Rajasthan Royals, I have been heartbroken ever since for the last 12 IPLs. They haven't done well. They have had fantastic list, good coaches, but the luck hasn't gone their way. And I think this year, most of the credit got to go to Josh Butler, the way he's played, the way he's dominated the first half, I would say first half, probably more than half of the tournament he dominated with the bat. I think the credit must go to him, and their overall bowling plans have worked really well. So really happy for Rajasthan Royals.
If they win, it will be a very good tribute to Shane Warne also.
Absolutely, 100%. And I saw Manoj Badale's message on Twitter and on social media. He was very stoked about Rajasthan Royals being in this position after Shane Warne, and he was paying tribute already to him. So I think that would be very befitting if Rajasthan Royals pull this through.
Now, having said that, though, everything centres on Josh Butler. I really think they need him to fire big time. I mean, they've got Sampson, they've got Padikal, Jaswal, and Hetmeyer, all great batters. Parag's not too bad itself. They've got a good chance. But the one that shocked me the most is Ravichandran Ashwin. He got a massive score the other day. He showed his ability to bat. I was quite shocked. I don't really rate him as a T20 batter, but he proved by that effort?
He used to come up with funny or very weird bowling actions or different type of ball, but now he's coming up with
Dance.
Right. Are you in Indonesia or are you in Philippines? Where are you? You must
no,
be
I'm in
where are
Philippines,
you?
but packing is going on at my home, so
Okay.
moving packers and movers, that kind of thing.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
you talk about Josh Butler, right?
Yep.
When the T20 first started, I think it was about 2002. It was Hampshire against Lancashire. I was playing. I think I was with Warnie, and I walked down and go, Warnie, what's this T20 stuff? And he goes, "Now it's when they start to play crazy shots." this guy called Malloy, I'm bowling 90 mile an hour. It's quite fast, really, right? Got down to one knee and swept me over fine leg for 6. I'm not going to brag. I'm not
going to brag, but I
reckon. Next ball, by the
reckon.
way, Norman, hit him in the head. Don't try that again. And I said to Wason, what would you do? I would hit them in the head. I would aim for their feet, aim for their head. They would not be sweet slugging me. Yeah, so my point being is this. You guys are talking about Josh Butler. I wouldn't even know where to bowl to him.
So, Alan,
that'd be about it, really, because they play scoop shots and sweep shots, and oh my lord.
So, Alan, you know how Shaheen Shah Afridi felt in the semi-finals against Matthew Wade.
Matthew Wade.
Yeah.
The World Cup we played against Pakistan, I think, at Lord's. Alex Stewart was captain, and Shahid Afridi came running down the wicket, whacked me over a long on for 6.
Talking about the 99 World Cup.
Yep. And then Alex Stewart comes down and goes, Al, we're going to change. We have a long on. I said, no, we're not. No, we're not. Leave them all up here. He might do it once. He won't do it twice. He went down again. I said, his average is 18.42. His strike rate is about 175. He won't do it again. Sure enough, took up in the air, caught me on.
Off you? Was he caught off you?
Yep. No, long on, mid on caught him. Thank you for popping in.
So,
that's a good.
Okay, let's go back to
that one with you.
Let's go back to the sides for a moment. If I look at the teams, even though Gujarat have had a great season, I kind of think Rajasthan's got a better team on paper. Do you guys agree? I mean, the key really for Gujarat Titans, other than someone like Hardik Pandya, is actually Rashid Khan's bowling. He can certainly, have 2 or 3 off and over regularly. That's the key. Mohammed Shami, Lockie Ferguson's got a pretty good luck to charm to him as well. But the one that shocked me, I'm not a person that rates Ridwan Saha or Matthew Wade. I know Matthew Wade did well in the World Cup.
Saha is already. So Saha's not playing,
isn't he?
No,
he's a good player. Wade.
For me, Gujarat.
Why isn't he playing? What's happened? How do you know he's not playing?
Just reading on Cricket Info comments, and they said that they've named Ridwan Saha will not be on his domestic home ground tonight, having been crucial power play. He's not playing. He's not in the playing 11. So whether it is a prediction or whether they're commenting. So my comment again was that he might not play today either.
Interesting, because Ridwan Saha has been a bit of a revelation. He's actually played well.
He has. Yes, agreed.
And then, okay, Oliver Lufkin's already taken us to the next match, which I didn't want to jump to too quickly. But RCB versus Lucknow. Actually, it's a danger game for Lucknow because RCB could come out of the woodwork here and play really well. And I think with the presence of their captain, Faf du Plessis, he's the key to keeping that team together. Would you agree?
Yep, definitely. He's done a great leadership role, especially after RCB having troubles with leadership, coaching, not making the finals, and being kind of I wouldn't say chokers, but they haven't really dominated the tournament. But now Faf bringing a bit of calm in the team. In last run home, they've won quite a few games with consistency. I think RCB for me is going into this match would be more favourite in the second game that we're talking about. But in first game, I would back Rajasthan Royals. On paper, they look quite strong. But in second game, I would back RCB. So someone's commented Saha's playing, which is good because he has been doing well in recent past. I wanted him to play.
I mean, if you're getting paid the money that they are to play IPL, how could you put or forego IPL for a domestic game? I can't imagine that.
No.
Although, I mean,
No.
no. But, I've
It's
had
all
a
about,
good
it's all
chat.
about the Spandulas.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is, Al.
And you know what? Dead right. So they should.
Yep. Now, let me just quickly talk about Bora Majunda here for a minute and these issues that he's had with Redmond Saha. I respect Bora Majunda greatly, so, and we've had chats about it. There's no doubt that Redmond Saha may have had a bit of a stoush with him on WhatsApp, right? And it may be words said, but to out Bora Majunda the way he did was a bit, I think personally, wrong. You should. If I have an issue with someone, I don't want them showing my text message to the world, whether it's good or bad. That's even if it may appear to be a bullying or whatever.
I had a great chat, Norman, with my mum earlier about being famous. And
yeah,
it's hard to come to terms. Bono from U2, who actually practiced in my auntie's garage in Dublin, Ireland, Malahide. Being famous, it's hard work.
absolutely.
It's hard work. You go to a restaurant for a dinner, a girl talks to you, photo, you're having an affair. Excuse me? No.
It's just a
I don't mind the idea of that.
And I was saying to my mum earlier, Norman, and she goes, with Shane Warne, but he egged it on because he was addicted to being famous.
Absolutely, he was Hollywood more than anything. So,
well, no, he was just addicted to being famous.
But he can handle it. He can handle it. Let's be honest. Come on, he can handle it.
No, he couldn't.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
I know him probably better than most people. No, he just was addicted to being famous.
Well, as
when
Alan,
I
as you might
was
not
ranked,
know,
I think I was ranked in '99 World Cup number 1 or 2 in the world or something.
Yeah,
I was in the media all over the place, and it's not my cup of tea. I like to play cricket and hang out with my friends on a surfboard down by the beach. And that's it.
how do you play cricket on your surfboard? Was there a comma there between those things?
You've got a cricket ball.
Now, Oliver Lufkins, what the hell are you
cricket
talking
bat
about England
and a surfboard.
I know we've got
it's called the ocean.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this. If David Graveney was here, he raved about this young guy that's been selected, and he was right. But he's not. Zach Crawley, Alex Lee, Ollie Pope, Root, Stokes, best stored up those folks.
Which guy? Matthew Pott?
I've no idea. It's not Board, it's Broad. There's the young Harry Hunt. I'm not sure what his name is.
I think we need some bowlers. I think Broad and Anderson. Do me lads. You've had your fun in the sun. Move aside.
Look, they're giving them. But they're giving. I know what they're doing. They're going to make sure that this England summer will have them farewells. Okay, and that's fair enough. I respect that. Okay, and I think if you're going to do it properly, you might as well do it at home. Give them the opportunity. They are the 2 leading bowlers of England and their record will stand for.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Let's get I'm going to say this to start with. Stuart Broad could not tie Andrew Caddick's shoelaces. James Anderson could not tie Darren Goff's shoelaces. That's what I think.
All right. Well, maybe they're wearing flip flops. So they don't need to be any laces.
That's my opinion, and I've been there, done that. That's just my opinion.
Maybe they are wearing Crocs.
Crocs. I actually tend to agree with Norman. I think they've done.
I've just thrown that one out there, and now you guys can respond. They
Okay.
cannot tie Caddick and Goffey.
No, I respect Al, and obviously the era that you played with the English team that was blessed with Caddick, Golf. You know, they're one of those fantastic bowlers, and obviously
You're supposed to say Caddick, Goff, and Mullally. You're supposed to.
And I was going to say Al
Yeah,
as
don't
well.
forget that one, by the way. I was ranked number 1 in the world at one point.
Exactly. And
I made the cover of the Cricketer magazine.
Or Gay
With
Weekly,
Wes
wasn't it?
Macram and Bolts.
And Wes,
Gay Weekly, wasn't it? Gay Weekly as well.
there you go. No, and Al, you
Joke.
know, Wes talks highly about you anyway, so he's a big fan of yours anyway. So you know, you guys were blessed with multiple sort of skills and balancing the bowling attack. But I think post that era, English bowling struggled, whether you guys agree or not, and that's where both Anderson and Broad actually carried the bowling for a long time. I know it's
And you know what? They're all brilliant. Joking aside,
absolutely,
they're all brilliant.
That's exactly what it is.
And the work they put in the gym, behind the scenes, they're all brilliant.
They are.
Okay, Himanshu Rahel is our regular. He's here. Steve R is number new. What about Stephen? I'm a huge fan of Steve. Well, he's not going to be playing for either of these teams tonight, that's for sure.
I don't think he'll play any more IPL. I think it's very hard. I can't see him playing any more IPL, especially when he missed out this year.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Mm-hmm.
Of a certain
Alan, we are here for that.
A right-arm England bowler, played for Lancashire. He came up to me in my dressing room when I was playing for Leicester, went, Mr. Mullally, can you please teach me how you bowl the in-swinger?
And who was
that was?
Who was it?
And I sat there with the cricket ball. Do you do this? Do you do that? And who was that? Well, I think he's a fairly decent bowler for England.
Anderson.
Yes.
There you go. Good guess, Brown.
Well,
because when I see his in-swingers, I remember you, Alan. So when you told the story, I immediately thought, because it's exactly the same way that you used to bowl.
Yeah, no, they're all.
But I think the closest today is
you know what I
Bolt.
admire the most, Norman?
Trent Bolt's a bit like you.
No matter who you are, whether it's cricket or soccer, any walk of life, to get to the top doesn't come easy.
No.
So you can.
Why the more reason?
So many people, when you get famous, they judge you. Oh, he does this wrong. He does that wrong. Well, excuse me. How's your day been? I just played in the World Cup.
Yeah.
How's your day been? Oh, well, I'm 5 stone overweight and I bowl right arm medium pace. A guy.
Are you talking about me? Are you talking about
No,
me?
no.
I heard that slant.
I've seen you bowl fast.
I've got wickets on the MCG and SCG. Thank you very much. Have you, Alan? Did you take any wickets on the SCG and MCG? No.
Did I?
There you go. All right.
I think I did. I think I might have bowled to Darren Lehman and knocked his poles out of the ground.
Himanshu Rahel is obsessed with Australian openers. He wants 2 young guys, and every
I think
episode.
I've got a few others out as well.
Why are we talking about Australian openers?
Gilchrist? I'm not sure.
No.
One of the best especially short game. Oh, he played well at Test cricket as well.
I think Gilchrist was my bunny.
Norman, I have a question.
7 out of 8 times, Norman.
Hang on, I'll let Baram ask. He's asking a question.
No, you mentioned about Anderson and Broad that they will play the summer. So, like, the India match would be the farewell match, or will it be the New Zealand series?
Good question. What's first? New Zealand series is first.
New Zealand, India.
So it'll be probably. It could well be the England test.
Here's a question, Norman, and lads. Here's a question for you. Warney, God bless him, reckon that Kohli is India's best batsman, and I said no way. Sachin. What do you guys reckon?
Oh.
It's a hard debate.
I didn't bowl to Kohli, but I did obviously bowl to Sachin.
Kohli's lost his way a little bit.
Gets back to my point. They're all brilliant.
They're all brilliant. And in their times, in the era,
But
they're
what
all-
I can't, what just amazes me, I said to my mum earlier, I was talking about cricket, believe it or not. How on earth, out of 1.3 or 4 billion people, do you find a 16-year-old called Sachin?
That's true.
How's that work?
He found his way. He was in the right spot as well.
I think world of
At that time, the population was only less than 1 billion.
Okay.
That's the reason.
Okay,
Oh,
so
how
it's-
small.
Okay,
How
so it's only
small.
less than 1 billion. Australia at that stage was about 19 million.
So India was around
So that's the
900.
answer to your question, Alan.
So let's get this right.
Any news on toss? No yet.
The Indian population was 900 million, and then Alan went on a tour, and that was 1.3 billion. Is that what he was trying to say?
Oh, good.
No,
No, sorry, only 1 billion. And we found Sachin.
Yeah.
Try and find Sachin in Australia with what, 19 million? That's 20 million maybe?
Yeah.
All right. Just to let you know, the toss
We
is
had
about to
Ponting-
happen any minute now.
Yeah, but Alan, like if you say even 20 million, like you have to say actually 10 million because 10 million would be females. So immediately the number comes down.
Exactly right. Yeah.
All right. So Tim David keeps being asked, will he play for Australia in the short form for the World Cup? He wasn't. Well, it's too early to say, but I think they're not happy with the fact that he's got this bizarre background. I don't know that.
Citizenship. He's dual citizen, Singapore father background, but Australian passport. He's very sought after in the leagues. He's done well in Big Bash. Then he followed up with PSL and now with the IPL. So 3 big leagues, he's done well.
IPL, he came back well. Like if you
He-
Mohsin, his start was actually terrible, to be very honest.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But I still think he's done well enough to go have another crack at domestic, or I think he's going to England for their 2020 as well. And I'd like to see him amongst the squad because as we all know, he's a good power hitter. He's sought after. He's faced different kind of bowling attack now, and I think he's enough.
Yeah. I'm just not
Hey,
sure.
Norman,
Yeah.
I've got to go. Look after Mum.
Okay.
I still think Anil Kumble, that
Bye bye, Alan.
a few of them,
What was
a
that?
few of them were faked.
That's my son's toy, Hulk.
Thank God you told me what it was. I was a bit worried there.
You guys are legends. I might jump on tomorrow. I'm gonna go look after Mum. That's
All right, Alan.
Sure, Alan. Sure. Take
Fine,
care.
guys.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Great.
Give my
talking.
regards.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, pass on our regards.
Thanks, Al.
Mum.
Thanks, Al.
Mate.
Alan really diverts the conversation.
He does. He goes back to his time. He wants to talk about his time.
Yeah, he really does. He's a character, I tell you. Very much a character. And I've got that new show with a bunch of mates from my old cricket team. They're all mainly, that was in Brisbane, most and all those guys I've got.
Yeah.
Michael,
Mentioned.
yeah. Michael Anastasia he played grade cricket for North Sydney. He was a very good cricketer. Very much like, he looks like David Byrne. He bats like David Byrne.
Is the toss done? I think. Oh no.
No, I haven't
Sorry?
seen any news from the toss. They're saying whoever wins the toss should bowl. So Titans have won the toss and bowling.
Titans
So
won the toss and the bowling.
yeah,
Titans
as I
won
said
the toss and the bowling.
earlier, whoever wins the toss will prefer to bowl. And
Who won the toss?
Gujarat Titans won the toss.
So Pandya is saying it's a decent track to bat on, but he obviously likes to chase. So the trend for Titans has been good in chasing, and that's what Pandya is doing, and I think it's a good for them.
But
this change in venue can be a new Pandora's box, huh? Because till now all the teams are aware of the 4 venues, and but if you see how the matches started, Norman and Mohsin, like initially, if you see all matches were being won by teams who were chasing, then suddenly we saw that it was being won by
Yeah. Another news is Joseph is in for Ferguson. So Fergie's
Azari Joseph.
Yeah, so Fergie's out. That's interesting actually.
Azari Joseph is almost like a Joffrey Archer in a way, isn't he? He's got a
True. Yeah.
they look
Sharp.
similar.
I would have interesting. They've gone pace for pace, but Fergie's done well in the last couple of games. But it's interesting to see how that will come up.
And Saha's playing as well.
Yep.
Okay, now if Rajasthan rolls up batting first, it's imperative that Butler gets a big one.
He gets a good start. They get good score above par. I think their bowling is good enough to defend. But the key again is that Butler is having a lean run into the leading into the finals, and that would be critical if Butler is not successful as he has been in the start of the tournament. Then it could be a hard task setting a decent total up for Rajasthan Royals.
Oh, for sure. I think even though the Titans have won the toss and they're bowling second and they can chase well, I think Rajasthan Royals are going to win this. I have a strong feeling for that. What do you guys think?
Strong feeling where?
The Rajasthan Royals are going to win.
My heart says Rajasthan should win, but
no, where I'm asking Norman, where do you have that strong feeling?
Brain.
That bloody monster, that monster you put on the screen a minute ago. What was it? Green monster. Did that come out of your pants? Where did that green monster come from? Jeez. Scary. Were you scared Alan off as soon as he saw that he ran?
He ran.
I can't believe he left actually. He's not with his mother. Okay. My mother's in hospital.
No, but what I'm trying to ask is your heart saying that or is your brain saying that?
My gut feeling.
Okay.
Well, the Rajasthan Royals were unchanged team. Azari Joseph is in for Ferguson. Saha's fit. Look, I don't rate Ridham Saha and Matthew Wade, especially together. They've done well. I reckon they're both gonna falter today in their chase. And as long as someone like Josh Butler gets his act together early, they're in with a great shot. Okay, we've got the teams.
My point actually I was trying to make before on like of all the IPL teams, let me tell you, Norman, I found the Gujarat Titan teams to like gel the best. Means it's a first time, a new team, but I don't know what they have done, but the way the players have come together, each knows their own role and each is fitting into, it's like a well-oiled machine. So that's one of a big positive of Gujarat Titans.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bram, if you agree to my comment, they look like they come out with clear plan. Everyone's, as you said, their role is clear, and their clear plan has been evident, and that's what the team's responding really well to Pandya as well, because he's not like dominant kind of captain. He's very well liked in the team, and that's probably one of the reasons they gelled really well. And their plans are quite clear. Whatever the coaching staff is doing, they're doing it really well.
Yep. Okay. I mean, okay. Both Gujarat and Lucknow, it's their first season in. They've done really well, but I think there might be a little bit more hunger in RCB and Rajasthan Royals, meaning that we could well see a Rajasthan Royals v RCB final. And that's just my gut feeling. Because two teams new to a competition.
As I said, RCB
I think it will be for me, it will be a RR versus Gujarat Titan final.
So the teams playing here will play in the final.
Yes.
Yeah. The team winning here will have an edge. They'll go straight through.
No, I'm saying in the finals also we'll have the same two teams.
Okay, so one of these teams will win, then in the other qualifier they'll be okay. I don't think Lucknow are going to go through. I think if RCB can get their act together with Duplessis, they've got a chance. But don't forget, these two get a second bite of the cherry, don't they? They get. I rather like this. We don't see it very often. We always see this 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3.
No, in all these World Cup tournaments also where each team plays each other team, this is how the final should be. It should not be 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3. This is a much better format where the top two teams are, they are given credit for coming top two.
And I think that's what they did in Big Bash as well, and it was well liked because we lost our first preliminary final this year, and then we had another bite to the cherry where we beat Adelaide Strikers. So it is better format. You're rewarding the top two teams for being the minor premier and just under minor premier. I think this is a better format.
I agree. I totally agree. All right. So I'm not happy with Matthew Wade. I know he won the winning runs in the World Cup. I get that, but it's weird. Two keepers who are both not normally top order batsmen anyway. I find this a rather bizarre selection, to be honest with you. One or the other, yes, but not both. I think and Hardik Pandya again started very, very well, but hasn't been that dramatic last few matches. I got a feeling that both Butler and Pandya have not played well recently, so they're going to be pivotal. Butler fires against the big 100, they're going to be hard to mow down.
Bram, your opinion?
Yes, if Butler fires, yes, agree with you. Butler fires big. By big, I mean it should be 100 plus, not a 60 or a 70. If he scores 100 plus, then yes.
What's the making of Josh Butler, really?
But I have a gut feeling he will be out less than 20.
Yeah, I think he's been struggling in the last 4 or 5 games. I think if Butler doesn't fire and Sanju Samson and Hekmar doesn't give him big hitting, I think they'll struggle. If they don't get a good score, look at the bowling attack for Titans. They're very well balanced. I think if they bowl to their potential, Rajasthan could be in trouble if Butler gets out early.
And this, if I'm not wrong, the Kolkata ground is a bigger ground, right? The boundaries are longer than what they had compared till now.
Is it hotter up there, or is it because it was very hot in Mumbai? I've got a feeling that this may be a bit cooler. Is that right?
I think so. Kolkata is little cooler right now.
Yeah.
I would say it's still hot, but cooler compared to what's going on in the western part of India.
Okay, we talked about Bolt and Obeid, McCoy. We've got Mohammad Shami. We've got Alzari Joseph. But what about the spinners? We've got Rashid Khan and
Rashid Khan is definitely.
So Subhash commented that Kolkata is a very small ground.
Okay. Fair enough. So if they roped it in and made it a small ground, then the Butler factor could really play a big part in it, because in the other 2 venues he was very successful with small boundaries and whatnot, and spinners then do not come in play for that much. Then spinners like Rashid Khan who bowl hard into the pitch is really hard to hit. So that's the key. And for Rajasthan Royals, Ashwin, who likes to vary his flight and pace, he could be hittable. So it's going to be very interesting how the spinners bowl, because now if the boundary is roped in to a smaller distance, then the spinners are not going to bowl that bravely with a bit of flight and whatnot. So it'd be interesting.
But look, it's funny you talk about the ground being small in terms of its size. The actual amphitheatre of Kolkata is, in terms of Eden Gardens, is absolutely magnificent. I don't think it's certainly not small actual size, popular, like as in crowd size. It's not.
Last time I was part of Rajasthan Royals, we played in that massive stadium, which hold capacity crowd of close to 100,000, and Saurav
in Kolkata.
Yeah, in Kolkata.
Salt Lake City. So, yeah. Was it?
That old ground was massive. It was just, if you stand in the middle, you could hardly see the end of the stand. It was huge.
Himanshu Rahel is coming out with some doozies, saying he thought the Test cricket was finished. Australia, England, New Zealand, and India are best of them. That's not true, right? Pakistan are fantastic. they played really well. I don't know. I can't say that.
Yeah, Bangladesh also springs up surprises.
Yeah,
It's
they're playing well. Yes.
175 from Mushfiq today. He scored 175. Angie
Yeah, the
Matthews scored 9 the
Yeah,
other day.
yeah,
best
yeah,
part was the partnership from 24 for 5, taking them to like ending the
Yeah.
day at 270 plus for no wicket down after that. Still, it was for 5. That was really good to see.
Absolutely.
Because Bangladesh, despite their rather, they were 5 down for 20, and then they were, they've got 200 plus partnership. They're all out for 365, which is still pretty good. Sri Lanka 2 for 143 with
Yep.
Gujarat on 70. Yeah, so it's pretty balanced of game at the moment. But it's good to see Bangladesh batters go past the 5,000 mark. We've got both of them. We've got Rahim and also their opener. What's his name again? Yeah, what's his South African opener? That's what I thought he said. Yeah, Tamim Iqbal. Yeah, he's about to go past 5,000 as well. Tamim Iqbal and Mustafa Rahim's just gone past.
Yeah, he's just
not
gone
bad.
past. So,
not bad effort at all. Very good.
Bangladesh cricket is in good stead, both with red ball and white ball, and good pickup by England, poaching our ladies head coach, and I predicted that to you, Norman. I did tag that to you, and now they've gone Matthew Mott. He's a fantastic coach. I've worked with him at New South Wales Cricket. He's a good brain. He's really good thinker. Very good pickup by England. I don't know how the split coaching is going to go with England now, being two different coaches for red ball and white ball. But Mori is fantastic.
So, but it's an interesting. I mean, I'm not knocking his coaching ability. I'm not knocking it, but interesting to see someone who excelled with the women's cricket team suddenly jump over to men's like that is a little bit unusual. And I know he coached in county cricket as well and did very well. That's what David Gravely said. So wait and see.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Great. I mean, New Zealand England test will be great. The one off India versus England will be interesting. Then we can move into the World Cup, so it'll be good.
The Pakistan women won today, right, against Sri Lanka?
Yeah,
Did you watch that?
I watched that. Nita Dar killed them. She took charge.
That was good. Yep.
And again, sorry?
I also saw your news of Salman Butt being the coach for Singapore.
Yeah, he's at Singapore. That's true.
So what do you think? I know what Brahma thinks.
So he will be coaching Tim David, am I correct?
Yeah, so I don't know if Tim David will play the qualifier, but he will be coaching the qualifier and then the Asia Cup as well. So it's interesting. Well, I spoke to Salman before he left for Singapore. He was very happy and stoked about it. So it's a good pickup. He's a good, smart cricketer and good with youth as well. So I wish him well.
Yeah, no, Brahma, you're leaving shortly, but before you go, what do you think about, the whole dynamic of this IPL? Do you think that, who do you think
Who do I think what? Can you repeat?
will win?
Given as of now the situation, I would think one of these two teams, Gujarat Titans or Rajasthan Royals. I still have my bet that these two will play the final again. But then who will win? Difficult to say. Depends on that day. Who wins the toss? What's the ground situation?
Okay. Do you think I know it's very plausible that Gujarat, they go through and then Rajasthan Royal win their games and get back through and they play them again. It is possible for these two teams to play again. But do you think that's going to happen? I don't know.
It has happened before many times, Norman.
In the IPL? In the IPL?
Yes, many times it has happened that the first two teams who play, they again play the finals.
It happened in Big Bash two times with us and Scorchers. We beat Scorchers in the playoff, and then we played Scorchers in the grand final last time, and then this time again, same thing. So I have my heart set towards Rajasthan Royals, but I think I agree with Bam. It's probably the best two teams are going to filter up. I know you like RCB's chances, but I think these two teams will end up in grand final again.
Out of the 4 teams, Lucknow, my least favoured to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a
Maybe.
general comment like Norman. Like overall, I found this IPL to be too long, and
Oh,
they are talking about the next IPL of 90 matches. I in fact find this already too long,
Too long.
and it's like over stretching it. Like I would in fact say that they get it back to the previous like 60 matches. I don't know, but how
Yeah.
with 10 teams,
I
that's
like
very, very difficult.
there's nothing's going to change. The money's there. If you've got
Money's
multi-million-dollar owners putting 90 crore in for one team's
Mhm.
expenses, they're not
I
going
think the
anywhere.
money is there in terms of stadium. See, like when the matches are rotated, in multiple stadiums, so you have the crowd which goes there, and obviously there are the TV rights and everything. But as a fan, to watch the complete IPL, it
long.
forget, even if you have the time and you have the passion, still you get bored. Even I'm not in saying that, okay, some guy has a issue with time or something, but I know my friends who are like hardcore cricket fans and they watch cricket for the cricket. They themselves just say that it's become too much. It's like overdose of
It
too much of
is.
something is bad. It really has come to that point.
I think the second half of this tournament viewership would be down. I'd like to see the stats once it's published. I'd like to see how the viewership has gone downwards post the first half, because I think first half everyone was watching keenly, and we were talking about it. But I think even from my perspective, second half of this tournament, it felt too long. It felt it felt overdosed and too many games. I don't know whether they'll do something about it. 90 games is still going to be overkill.
Yeah, like what
Too much
Suman is
cricket.
saying, that is what will happen. That a fan will just follow his team matches, like how it happens in the English Premier League or in the NBA, like something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Mancha Rahela, I know you're in love with Ben McDermott, but he's not.
Norman, I'll make a move. Bye, Mohsin.
All right,
Bye,
bro.
bye, Norman.
Thanks, bro.
Nice to
Tell bye bye
nice
to the
to
Hulk.
you.
Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye,
What
bye
is
bye.
this? What is this thing? What is it?
It's a Hulk toy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks a bit like you.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you
It's the
soon.
Yeah, bye bye.
It's the Baramarani doll. That's what it is.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that, Norman.
I will definitely leave with it.
Okay,
Thanks,
bye
bro.
bye.
Bye.
See you, man. Talk to you.
That was the most civilized Alan was on for a while. It was pretty good. He was-
I think I've heard him before, and he I think this is, as you said, it was more civilized than what I've heard before.
Special guest Hulk, sir. Okay. I wouldn't call the Hulk. Guess you would call the Hulk the sir, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me tell you about a quick story which is not related to cricket. A couple of nights ago, I was at a petrol station on Allison Road there near the Rowing Racecourse. And I'm going there. I went there, and it was dark. It was closed, but they had a little counter there. So I've gone there to buy something like a drink or something. And this girl who couldn't go inside because it was closed decided to do a number 2 next to the icebox, but right in front of me, and it was the most disgusting thing. So I've gone loudly because it was awful.
Yeah.
I looked around, and this little bloke who was, I think, her husband said, "Don't you love my wife, mate, my partner, mate? Don't laugh," like he was being very tough. It was 5-0, and I was not in the mood. I walked towards him and said, "Mate, you want to have a man?" I was, being sort of aggressive because I was not in the mood. Anyway, and then he's cowering away, and he calls out, "John, John!" And out comes a guy from the vehicle. He might as well have been the Hulk. He was a massive Islander guy who was not in the mood to be mucking around with me either. And he came towards me, and I thought, okay, all right, we'll leave it at that. So I had to back off because I thought, not that I'm scared of someone, but I thought, no, it's going to get messy. So no, I backed off. Anyway, we do got to.
No, I've got to run as well, mate. It was excellent catching up. Yeah.
Okay, it was a bit impromptu. So thanks, Moses. Thanks very much for your time. We'll see you in the next few days.
Kent. So I think we'll catch up for the finals again. So look forward to it.
All right, thanks, Moses.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you.
So
Yeah.
there you go. We've had a whirlwind of guests. We've had Moses Sheikh from Brisbane, although he Pakistan background. Brahmarani with his from the Indian background. We had Alan Mullally, England. So we had quite a mix there. All supporting players. So Josh Butler tonight certainly is one player. So Dabash is now no one loves only Kawaja. Well, no one's like, I'll just ask Chris. Okay. Dabash Mahali, that'd be nasty. I know I hate Trevor said, okay, all right, leave me alone. Jeez. I thought no one is saying that I'm best people in the world. Well, I didn't say you would not. I am not. No, you and your bloody Bennington, especially if I say, okay. I was. We want Colin to win. Well, if he wins, it's going to be us. If it's going to win, by the way. All right, so let's just see what happens here. We've got some 7 minutes before the game starts. Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals. The winner of this team goes straight through to the final and gives themselves a box seats to actually go through and go to the next stage of this tournament, which is huge. Rajasthan batting first. I actually think it will favour them, as long as Josh Butler and Padikal and Samson get a good start and get a big total. Even though Gujarat are pretty good chasers, they're gonna find it hard. The bowling attacks will be the key. Trent Bolt will bowl second, of course. The first bowls to bowl will be Muhammad Shami, Alzari Joseph, bit of an unknown here in the circumstance. But Hardik Pandya is pretty bold. When the toss and deciding to bowl, he wants to put them in, reduce the score, and then leave it to the bowlers and then the batters to do their work. Okay, but it's in Kolkata. It's not in Mumbai. It's not in Pune. I know they would, of course, Gujarat would like to win this match and go straight through to the final and play a winner, or the team that they'll play in the final will be at their home ground at Ahmedabad Stadium. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. We'll wait and see what happens. There's no late mail here. Nothing to discuss, except for some people being late for the game. Titans win the toss, and nobody seems to be surprised. Not least Samson and his fans, obviously. They know they've been thrown in the bat. Again, the teams are interesting makeup. Gujarat Titans have Shubman Gill, of course, and Ridwan Saha as the opener. Has been quite sound. Matthew Wade being the first dropper. It was a very unusual selection, I think. Hardik Pandya moved himself to 4. Then there's David Miller, who's aggressive. Raj Wadi, who scored a lot of runs as well, so they're not bad. Bowling-wise, you've got Rashid Khan, Sai Kishore, then you've got Muhammad Sami, Alzay Joseph, and Yash Dayal. Bit of an unknown commodity, some of those players, really, at this level. I'd also praise Daniel Sams, the most improved. Yeah, Daniel Sams, the comeback after, he's certainly much improved as well. So we'll wait and see what happens there. The Rajasthan Royals have both Butler and Jaswal opening up with Samson, Padikal, Hetmeyer, and then Parag. It's not a bad side. Then the bowling line is very strong. Ashwin, Bolt, McCoy, as Obed McCoy, Chahal, bowling line, Krishna bowling pretty well too. Interesting to see what they're going to do with those players indeed. Okay. Let's see what we've got. We've got only another 3 or 4 minutes before the game starts. Matthew Wade has looked good, they're saying, but he's thrown his wicket in nearly every match he played. It's kind of frustrating. It is. I don't think he and Saha can't be relied upon. And they're the crucial batters for their team. Whereas Rajasthan Royals have Butler, and Jaswal, and Samson, Padikal, Hetmeyer, all red hot players. Red hot players indeed. Great opportunities, no doubt about that at all. So look here. So the team's all geared up. It's time to welcome Shashank. Okay, all right, we've got some guests there. Let him know what you think about that. Yeah, I don't want to see any more change of clothing. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm very tired today. I've had a very long week. one of those weeks. So we've only got 3 minutes before the game starts. Let's have a look if there's any murmuring or any hint of a bit of an action there. Foxtel Go is the platform that I'll be looking at. Okay. No, it's going to be a great match. We are looking at the 2 best teams, deservedly so, and they'll be hard to beat. And Lucknow have just fallen away a little bit, and RCB that have come from nowhere.
We want to see
They're not showing. Okay, Gujarat. They're showing the trophy there as Hardik Pandya walks out there with his team. Of course, they're going to bowl. Shtaha keeping, they could have Matthew Wade keeping, of course. You still feel the first-class players should be given more chances. One of the domestic players named Priyank Panchal deserves a chance. Well, I think I can say there's a lot of players there now. Let's be honest, there's a huge number of players there. All right, so Pandya's run out there. He looks pretty fit. Out comes the 2 Rajasthan Royal batters. I'm assuming Jaswal and Butler. We'll see. It looks like Butler's there. He's had a few lower scores of late, but this is the right fit of him to really show off. Let's be honest, it's his moment, his time. And I got Rashid Khan, an important cog in his team. Very, very interesting indeed. But yeah, but the Rajasthan Royal bats, Jaswal's been doing very well. They've got Padikal who can do well. A bit of depth there in the middle order. But they've got the big gun, Josh Butler there, who hasn't. He's due, and it's going to be just the game that he needs to produce. It can be just what they want. Either there's possibility of 3 games or possibly 2 games, all riding on tonight's results. There we are. It's just cranking over to midnight, which will bring me into the Wednesday, the 25th of May, which means we've got June, July, August, September, October, November, 7 months before Christmas. It's certainly coming quickly. They're highlighting, they're targeting good old Josh Butler. All right, here we have it. Jaswal, he looks pretty solid so far. Been a good foil for Butler. Are looking very strong. I think they're the team to watch, and then you would have to think that RCB are the same against Lucknow. If those 2 teams win, well, we've got strong possibilities for finals with RCB and Rajasthan Royals. Mohammad Shami's opening the bowling. He'll bowl the first. Predict Australia versus Sri Lanka ODI series. Sri Lanka's going to do well, but they may be a draw. I can't see Sri Lanka overpowering Australia though. Let's see. Here we got time is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they blast off 0. There it is. It's the start of the. It looks like Jaswal's facing Shami in the first delivery. And it's him in the leg straight away. An appeal thwarted. Josh Butler needs to come back in form. He's been cold since last one. Yeah, I think so. It's been a while since he played. Hopefully the rarefied atmosphere of the final will put him in good stead. There's a ball that tailed in, but way too much. I think we'll get a new championship there, really. We are between the four. I tell you, RCB haven't won at all. Gujarat and Lucknow new, and Rajasthan hasn't won since 08. So we are looking at a fresh start. There's the first runs there. It's a very good start. Well, relatively sound start. Yeah, Josh Butler needs to come back. He hasn't gone that far away from it, really. So every chance of him doing that right now. The batting line that we got, obviously, Butler, Jaswal, and we got. I think we then got a right-hander. I can't always tell. Brendan Saha was certainly, well, he's not playing. I'm sure that Punt would like to find his way into these squads. He's not playing at all in the finals, but in terms of the test or short format, you'll see Punt make his feature return. Here we are. Butler. Josh Butler's it. Are you a granddad already? Am I a granddad already? What is, yeah, one of my nephews have, yeah, I guess, well, nephew, not mine. No, my that's Wilfred. He's my brother's son. So it's not my, no, I'm not, it's not my son. Wilfred's not my son. He's my nephew. Therefore, that makes us my grandnephew, I guess. So tired, guys. Past midnight, we've gone over an hour. Looking at a fairly slowish start here from Shami. Not being too penetrative so far. Oh, granduncle, correct. Butler's has driven the ball beautifully through the covers there almost mid-off with great ease. That's a very ominous start there from Josh Butler. The score now, I think it's none for 5. Early days, but it was a very stylish cover drive there. Just basically pushed it off the bat, used the pace of the ball. Quite incredible. Quite impressive indeed. Qualifier 1, Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals here at Kolkata at Eden Gardens. Amphitheatre is amazing. So the ball go, which was basically a bit over and above off stump. My grandnephew, thank you. It's about 12 years ago now, not just recent. I'll ask me some questions, guys. I'm very quiet. The crowd's very buoyant. He's hit another ball in the same spot. No power in that shot. I just cruised onto it. And he's just another 4. This is ominous from Butler. He looks like he's really getting a good mood here to really give this whole game a crack. He's just lent in the ball and just made it easy for him. Just eased it through. What incredible timing. And for 9, he looks like he's in some pretty good form there. All right, guys, we might leave it at that. Good night, all from my end, and all from mine as well. We've gone an hour. We've gone to the start of the match. Gujarat playing, of course, Rajasthan Royals. Lucknow are going to play Royal Challengers Bangalore. And then this is the qualifier. Then there is a so-called eliminator where a team like my opposition, of course, which was not Sydney Thunder, which is my team, but it was actually good Rajasthan Royals. Let's have a look here. Do I think the T20 specialist batsmen are becoming a reality? I mean, those kind of players who lack techniques, but they are good for enough for a little below. Kind of sort of have good technical capabilities to be able to bowl there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a bit on this high side, guys. We might have to give this. I've had a very sort of dopey sort of day. I've had a very long day, guys. It's past midnight here. Well, another drive from. Oh my God, is his 3rd drive? And there's attempted dives, nowhere near the ball. That's now what? None for 9. Okay, none for 9. There's only 2 shots. All right. Do you think that T20 specialist batsmen are becoming reality? Yes, absolutely. 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 Hello. Is that a wicket? Is that a wicket? No, they must be showing replays of other matches here. There's too many catches going on over all today. Okay, are you sleeping? Yeah, a little bit. I'm very tired, guys. Had a long day. I think it's time I'll have to give yourselves a bit of a break. I would say that Josh Butler is one example of those kind of also Rahul Tripathi. Yep, they're certainly our specialist. Well, Butler, not a bad test batter as well. All right, guys, I'm clearly not fully awake, so I've gone an hour and 5 minutes. Watch the game. Get the highlights going. We'll be there for the eliminator next, then the other qualifier, then the final. All right. So watch with great interest. Hardik Pandya has chosen to win the toss, of course, and has chosen to bowl. Oh, that tailed in quite a bit. Who's that? That looks like Pasadena. All right, guys. Good night. Good night to you all. Thanks, Ralph. Good night. That's the final words. Talk to you soon. Bye.